What's going on, guys? Back with another video. Recently just concluded our Treasure Cup and regionals. Was able to place 128 for the regionals. Not the best, honestly. And placed 14 on the Treasure Cup. And yeah, it was a pretty cool event. GenCon. Met a lot of cool people. Played against some really good players. And overall, it was a good experience. And just wanted to do a quick deck list, deck profile for you guys. This is what we ended up winning. Top 64 Marco, right here. Beautiful card. And we got the top 16 Queen. Let me see if I could show it to you guys a little bit more. Beautiful card. First time that they ever gave these prizes for the event, so it was pretty cool. And we'll get through it. So we'll start off with our leader that we used. We ended up using Zoro. Been using Zoro for a while now, so it was pretty good. It was pretty nice for me to be able to use it, and I think it's one of the most consistent decks there is right now. Able to handle a lot of matchups pretty well. As long as you just know your Dawn management, know math, know your calculations, you should be good. And so we'll start off with this deck profile. Start off with the searchers. We have 4 Ezo. Pretty standard. Usually you'll go with either an Ezo or a Straw Hat Pirate, so either Ezo or Nami. Opted into going for Ezo just because I think 5-cost Marco is just so important. You kind of need it in every matchup, and it's basically your win condition. Your win rate goes up so much higher if you have it on board. Our second searcher, Buggy, pretty standard. Usually you want to get your events. You have Fire Fist, you have Guard Points, Radical Beam, all these events that just make Buggy so important. And also it's a 3K body, which is that much more important because it means you only have to put 1 Dawn on top of it to be able to swing. And it gets you the ammo that you need to keep reviving Marco. And our other searcher, we have Curly the Dawn. Pretty standard, you run a lot of 1 cost in the game. Helps you find your Ezos, your Buggies, Magras, Gordons, whatever 1 cost you need, even 2K counter. So just standard stuff right there. And then we go with the 2 Gordons, or 2 Magras, and 2 Gordons. Reasoning for the Magra is that it's a 3K boost whenever you play it. Sometimes people will try to think that you have no other Dawn left, so they'll counter off an attack, and then boom, you put down Magra. Turns out they don't want to spend too much resources to defend it anymore, so it dies. Or also helps push for game. Gordon, only running 2 because 3 kind of clogs your hand quite a bit, so that's why we're only running 2. Puts 7K at Fire Fist range. You could Gordon something, attack it with your weenies. Basically everything you need, Gordon. And then we have our 2K counters. 4 Otama, pretty standard 2K counters. One of the best 2K counters there is. Helps you minus 2K something to swing at it, or minus 2K something so you could Fire Fist it. You have 4 Machinos, boost your 1 cost up, helps you push for game. A lot of times, people will take into account your Machinos when you're pushing for game because that 3K boost is no joke. Sometimes they only have enough for, a 5K swing, but boom, you put a Machino down, they can't answer it anymore, and then they just lose the game. And then our other 2K counter is Jozu. Reason we're running Jozu is because we're running the Ezo package. We just want to be able to be consistent with what we're searching, so we put Jozu down. We use Ezo. We get Jozu, basically a Whitebeard Pirates, and also you could toss it out for your Marco. We have 4 Rush Zoro, honestly came in clutch on all of my games. This right here, people do not expect you to have them, even though you're, known for rush, because most of the time I just have it in my hand, saving it for that one final push, or if I have another one, I'll put it down, use it as a pseudo blocker. But won me a lot of games because most of the time they'll have blockers. I'll swing 7 to their leader with whatever I have on board, and they only have 2 cards in hand, and then they'll try to think, oh, I could just counter this, and then I'll live another turn because I'm only swinging my leader left. But turns out I have this in hand, so I swing 7, toss out all their cards, they have nothing left. I play this, swing for 6, can't do anything about it, they block, and then I finish the game off with my leader. Just catches them by surprise. Sometimes they think you're top decking it, but most of the time you're actually just holding onto it in your hand for the right opportunity to punish them or play it. Because as Zoro, once you run out of steam, you are basically dead. And we have a 1-of Marco. Restricted card, one of the best blockers in the game. Makes a lot of opponents' basically attacking sequence kind of weird. They have to get rid of it, or basically they cannot push for lethal because you just block with it, toss out an event or whatever, and makes their turns really awkward. And best card in the game, 5-cost Marco. Nothing much to say about this. 5 cost, put it down on curve, minus 3k or kill a 3 cost or something. Basically gets you a whole tempo. Doesn't die. You have events that you pick up from Buggy. Put 1 on your leader. Keep swinging for 7 without any commitment. Honestly, just the best card in the game. Main reason I'm running Ezo, just so I could find this on curve. And yeah. Let's see what's next here. 1 Radical Beam. Standard. Restricted. 1 cost. 4k counter. Searchable by Buggy. We have 4 guard points. Another thing that's searchable by Buggy. And let's see, what else do we have here? We have Diable Jambe. Surprises a lot of people. Sometimes you put it down. They'll, have a bunch of blockers up. You have no outs. Sometimes you just want to keep trying to cycle through your deck, use Buggy, find a Diable Jambe to push for game. And we have 3 Fire Fist. On this day, I only ran 3 just because on the first day, on regionals, felt like it was in my hand a lot of times. Wasn't really able to utilize it as much. So I decided to kind of go down on it quite a bit. It's good when it works, but most of the time you want to be cautious about it because if you use it, you are tossing out another event card. And sometimes there's just more optimal ways to play than just playing this. Because most of the time, if there's a big body, you Gordon it or Otama it, Fire Fist, kill the thingies, but it takes a lot. And on this day, I ran 2 Teaches. 2 Teach, main reason was because on the first day I thought my Whitebeard matchups were 50-50. I'm like hoping for a Fiery Doll and a Diable Jambe. So I decided to tag this in, maybe to also just add another big body. But it's just really hard to play with it, honestly. Kind of regretted it in my days, but it did help me against a couple matchups just because they couldn't kill it. And I was just swinging 8 nonstop, kept drawing cards. This is honestly mainly for Whitebeard, but even then I did not go against any Whitebeard on the second day where I did the top 14. So didn't really help for that quite a bit, but yeah, it's just a big body, helps you draw a card. If it stays, it is honestly the best thing ever, but in this meta, it's just hard for it to stick. So many Fire Fists, Jet Pistols, things can kill it once it attacks, so that's the reason why not a lot of people run it anymore. Because before the restriction, usually people would just hide it behind the Marco, which makes it kind of usable, but now we can't do that. And 2 events, Whitebeard Pirates. honestly, the reason for this is to be able to find your Teachus and your Marcos as fast as you can, basically, because you don't want to go into 5 Dawn turn, 4 Dawn turn without having any huge play. So that's the main reason for this. And honestly, Whitebeard Pirates trigger saved me in one of my games against Law. They were basically they were in a backpedal already. I mean, they didn't have anything else in hand, but they could have went for game because I had so many dead cards in my hand. Hit 5 with their leader. I triggered into this. Was thinking of not triggering into it because I had a Fire Fist in hand, so maybe I could have cleared off the blockers next turn and just pushed for a game. But the Whitebeard Pirates trigger saved me. Hit the trigger, look at top 5, pick up a Jozu. Got the 2k counter that I need to fend off one attack because he just swung 5, another 5 with his Zoro, and had to take that, and he did a max swing with his Law, restand it into another Law, so just needed that 2k counter basically to fend off one attack, and then I was good. But overall, it was a pretty good day. Met a lot of good people, played against a bunch, and it was a good experience. GenCon was a good experience. Definitely plan to go to more of these events, and let me know what you guys think about the deck profile, the deck list. I know a lot of you guys have been wanting a deck profile for a while now, but it's just really hard to come up with deck profiles just because decks always change ever so often. So I'll try to come up with more of these videos for you guys, especially when I top with the deck, just so it gives you guys a little insight of what I'm running. And just wanted to show off the prizings real quick. The 4 cost restricted Marco. Honestly, I might have to play this in my deck. Might have to replace that other alternate art Marco I have. And we got the top 16 Queen. Look at that. It's such a beautiful card. Might run this in my next set if I ever play the red-green Dofi. But yeah, it was a good event. Only changes I would do, honestly, is these 4. I already started unsleeving them because I do not like having them in my deck. So the 2 Teachus and the Whitebeard Pirates. Things I'm planning to play is either change Teach for either a blocker or a 9-cost Whitebeard, and maybe just add another Fire Fist, Fiery Doll, some other event that is a little bit more usable than these right now. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. Just want to thank you guys for supporting. Thank you guys for watching the videos, and I hope you guys stay tuned for more of our videos. Let us know below what type of video you guys want to see. If you guys like just continuing the battles that we've been doing. But yeah, been busy for a while, but hopefully this one stays, we stay consistent with uploading videos. And yeah, see you guys on the next one.